Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Fastest freaking show on MLB, absolutely anywhere. With your homeboy, let's go! Fucking go! Big Johnny Stud coming to you, Brooklyn, New York, as always. Coming out that damn chair as always, feeling really good. The little chim chim chiroo. Step in time, motherfuckers. With the clean sweep, let's go. Mixing it up with the DDP, bang! No Jeff Ellis in there, let's go. Fucking diamond cutter on them bitches, yo. Give the books nothing. Diamond cut them everything. Man, felt really good, After a couple days getting the finger in the coolie with the stupid bullpen shit. Dropping 5-run leads in the fucking 7th inning. Real heartbreaking shit. Got to get back on the horse. Feeling good. It actually felt, I guess there's always a little element of luck, but, sweeping back over those show picks and, filtering out my favorite ones. The Chalk Donkeys fucking came through. But Nats are a damn fucking whacking, right? I mean, it's just crazy shit. All right. Enough for the Facha Brute, yo. Sign up for the Substack. Don't be a cheap bitch your whole life. Support good people doing good work. I'm going to save you $2 worth of time a week. Let me show you how. The best part of waking up. Pitching sheets up in the mug. Jeff, yeah, I saw a short slate Monday. But I'll tell you what. I kind of love these. Yeah, Jason says, we are back. We are back. We're the 12 best friends that anyone could have. What's going on, B-Rose? Right, with the diamond cutter. Bang. I actually don't hate these. I'm a fantasy guy also. I'm super busy, always overbook myself, and a lot of times I forget to set my lineups when they're early Monday, so I like the late Monday. It gives news a chance to kind of digest. A lot of people get stung on that shit also, right? The early game, you got to make decisions or whatever. So I actually like these. We got 9 games, enough to sink our teeth into. So without any further ado, let's do just that. It's Ty John Madden football. He's back for the Tigres on the road, plus 144 dog down in Tampa to face Griffin, Jacks, and the flat fucking fish of Florida. Madden, very good pitcher, but I'm always worried about these return starts, and the rehab on this one was very short, if I'm not mistaken. I was just looking today. You're trying to model these guys, and they're really tough. Madden's never really bad, but the last time we saw him was, 2.5 weeks ago. He threw a third of an inning, when he left hurt. And it was forearm. So, I'm always a little bit worried. Let me see that minor league thing. Right, he pitched on regular rest, 5 days ago. He went 4 1/3. He was okay. But he did walk 3, only struck out 3. That's the stuff I worry about. Command and control, coming back. Though it is tempting at the price, right? Other side, Griffin Jacks. Don't be fooled by the color on the screen today, right? That stuff is formatted for today's slate. And there's a lot of good pitchers. So the blue is relative to the slate. The 3.60 ERA is not terrible. Jacks has actually been pretty good as a starter. Maybe he's a good example of how much grace we want to afford these guys making that transition. It's very tough. Clay Holmes did it and Michael King did it. There are success stories, but there are hiccups along the way. Usually it's guys running out of gas. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but I was surprised to see how bad, the underpinning stuff was. 12% walk rate. Remember, these numbers are as a starter. Let me just check and see if that's messing with us. No. Sometimes guys come in these bulk rolls, and you'll get good 4 1/3, and we would want that. That hasn't been the case. So Jack's really kind of getting stretched out from being a reliever. 2 1/3, 2-2, 4, 5-5, then back to 2. He was a little inefficient. He got beat up a little bit at Baltimore. But he hasn't been bad. And I know that walk stuff looks horrible. It's really just a 4-walk outing versus Toronto. Jack's still dealing with some smaller sample stuff. I tend to think he's pretty good. The underpinning stuff checked out under the hood. And he gets a lot of ground balls. And right now, the carrying tool for this analysis is probably how bad Detroit's offense has been. You see them up on the board in that top row. Gosh, just terrible. That's overall. Last 2 weeks overall, they've been atrocious. Versus righties has been the weakest split. This is horrendous, yo. Again, I like to bring up fantasy sometimes because it does add a layer of, perspective when we're looking at numbers. And if you were to take this Detroit sample, right, 312 PAs, and you multiply it by 2, you're at 625. That's a player season, right? So having a player season, we know what that should look like. Where does this player belong on an MLB roster? Bat 191 with a 516 OPS, 4 homers. I'm sorry, double 8 homers and 18 doubles, 24% K, 5% barrel, 272 X Woba. That's like a demotion. So right now, the Detroit team at large, is a fucking demotable asset. And the Rays have been hitting righties right now. So it's cross signals because if this, let's say we're a couple weeks from now, again, I flipped to the bullpen, you could see it's also a disaster. I know our totals are probably more right on the money. The reason that is because the Rays are such a heavy favorite. And if we're missing the bottom of the ninth, it's going to be close. I actually think this one's probably a sneaky over. I just don't know if I have the guts to pull the trigger. I'm not paying 175 for these fucking Rays. You're out of your mind because I do think Madden is good. I also don't trust the bullpen as far as I could throw them. You know what this one actually feels like to me? Like a live over, right? This one might be scoreless through 3 or through 4. Maybe 2 pitchers that are inefficient that also don't go a lot of distance when we want to fucking attack. As I talk about it, that's what I like. And I do think we end up over the 8, but I have a feeling, right? If this bitch is scoreless through 3, that 8 might become a 6. And we would still, we're looking for the kind of same amount of offense. So I think I'm going to actually leave. I'm going to leave this one. I got the rare blank show pick. Part of me is already thinking about, let me just see what the run line looks like. Shit. And it's very tempting because it's even money. Man, if I could get Detroit even money with the half run against Tampa, I think that's actually a value. Shit, I would have to do that. Now, I'm also looking at like Odds Trader. I couldn't get my bookie up. I believe these to be correct, but I don't always trust these syncing sites to be changing in real time. So just keep that in mind. Keep an eye on that Detroit price. That is pretty nice. Again, being able to cash at even money, I'm not sure I like Jacks or the Rays that much. Next up, Sandy Alcantara's on the road for the Marlins. They're going up against the Nacionals and my boy Cade Cavalli. When I saw the 4.5 F5 total, I was immediately had like the boner going on. You're swinging, and I wanted to attack that shit. And I don't think I could do it, man. I don't think I could do it. Then you see the Nats is such a heavy favorite, and we love the Nats. I don't know if anyone has got paid as much as we have on the Nats, and that's what us even fucking up because we were on the offense early. Then I kind of, not say hit the eject button, but I was just pumping the brakes that maybe it was Fugazi. They were really more at killing lefties, not so good against righties. They fucking corrected that. The Nats are fucking awesome. But this price feels a little heavy, and the more I dove into it, the more I probably agreed, and I'm like, ugh, I don't love it. Let's take a look. Sandy's been gross, right? 4.66 ERA with a 1.33 whip. The expected ERA is at 3.8. So I was kind of, just to be fair, right, when I started this, I was squinting, looking for a reason for positive regression, right? I always want to be careful trying to dogpile on pitchers that we know are fucking good. And this stuff happens all the time, weird name to attach here, Zach Littell. He's not a bad pitcher. He was so bad. I think people just started to attach the gas can to him, and he's been good. We're going to get paid on him, for a couple weeks until people realize what the fuck is going on. So let's take a look at Sandy, and man, he failed the fucking sniff test. Now, first red flag is that have 97 on the four-seamer and only have a 101 stuff plus is kind of a red flag. The strikeouts are fucking terrible. The swinging strike is down to 10. The CSW down below 27. However, right, the bright side here, the elite command and control, right, and getting ahead. He's keeping the fucking ball down, right, and the contact has been suppressed, right. This is the bull case for the Sandy bounce back. The left on base should certainly regress positively, right. But what's the issue here? So there's a couple of them. Number one, really rough lefty splits for Sandy, and he's going to face a shit ton of them today. And they're tough ones. Lefty's batting 287, 837 OPS. He's not striking them out at all. 1.5 homer run. You're going to, again, get force-fed lefties. You're going to get Wood, Garcia, Abrams, Lyle, and Ruiz, plus Nunez. Like, they do a good job of shuffling. Part of the Nats' success, I've been covering this on the Sunday paywall fantasy baseball pod, is the platooning. When you're really good at platooning, then they kind of discovered Curtis Mead, right? New fucking body. They were able to move on from Brady House, who I thought was okay. Anyway, these are all bullish signals for the Nats. Also, Alcantara's been one of the worst road pitchers in the league. At home, maybe we want to back him. But the L7, 7.4 ERA, 1.6 whip, KBB at 11.5, where Cavalli's been he's not like a big put away guy, but if you watch him operate, it's pretty believable. He gets ahead, he gets called stuff over. When you get called breaking stuff over, it makes hitters think twice. Plus, commanding the zone, right? Sub 35 ball is very good. 46 ground ball, half a homer nine. Cavalli does a lot of the things that we like. I know the strikeouts have been there, 25K. I'm not necessarily believing it because the swinging strike rate's only at 11. But again, all the underpinning stuff I do really like. The lefty stuff for Sandy was just really bad. The four-seamer is getting annihilated. The Nats are very good at hitting right-handed four-seamers. I mean, I want Sandy to produce, but the way he's missing and getting yoked, right? Those high velo four-seamers, when they miss, those end up out. Marlins offense, certainly the worst offense in this one also. 31 hard hit, sub 5 barrel, last 350 PAs versus righties. Atrocious. Nats, of course, like leading the league. I'm sorry. They're behind the Mariners right now in home runs that same time frame. But not to sell them fucking short, they're doing everything. There's a top 3 offense right now. Lots of elevated pulled fly balls. And if I'm not mistaken, they're also running. Right? They steal a ton of bases. That's why they score so many damn runs. Right now, Nats are a damn wagon. And the thing that's mostly in the way is the bullpen. They've been producing a little bit last 2 weeks as the Marlins have fallen apart. Not to say I believe in the Nats, but this team is going to be winning games doing this. And it's funny that the public has come around so quick on the Nats and Cavalli minus 150, and I think that's the fucking play. I think you got to go Nats to fucking win, which is like crazy. I don't think I'm going to pay minus 150, and I can't believe that the Nats now qualify as like a DDP type of team, right? It's not just the offense. It's not just, the team totals. We're looking to win here. We're looking to win. We like Cavalli. They're fucking good. Caleb, what's going on? Good morning. Carolina Daddy up in the bitch. Plus Trent and Stop. Yeah, they will run no shit. Oh, right. Miami has always had that moniker going on, though. If I'm not mistaken, I need to check that. I know someone was asking about it. I can't pull it with my data set. I could pull it manually and I could do it fast enough. Stop likes the over. That's 8.5. Man, I'm technically to the under again because of the bottom of the ninth frame. But it's possible with the home runs. You have to think Miami's going to get the Cavalli, which is not completely unbelievable. Or you think the bullpen's meltdown, which again, we've seen happen so often that why could it happen one more time for us? So yeah, I'm not opposed to the over. I wouldn't be betting the under. The thing that I was starting to rant and tangent on is stolen bases allowed. Jeff on the over as well. Yeah, I hear you barking, dog. So stolen bases allowed. I can do more of, let's call it like an occasional report. So what Stop was talking about is very, sharp stuff. Being on top of the teams that allow stolen bases, that's a thing, right? The catcher throwing pop times and stuff. And teams that just don't hold runners. However, they made the move to Mac, who was defensive-minded, and I would just be curious if that's cut those down. So if you're doing the stolen base props, which can be very profitable, the Marlins that were a target, I would just check that one piece of information. If I could fucking remember, I will put it up. If I forget it, it's because I'm an idiot and I forgot, not because I don't care. Feel free to tag me, stolen bases, and I'll go, oh shit, and I'll go, pump it. I could just put it in the email. Most of the teams you're not going to care about. You're only really going to care about the outliers, right? Not to say top 5, bottom 5. We speak in terms of percentiles. The ones that we want to avoid and the ones that we want to attack. Next up, Luinder Alvila. He's on the bump for the Royals with cheese. They're on the road against C. Montgomery Burns. Excellent. And the Redlegs. Reds were the only team with the bullpen emoji. Tony Santillan back-to-back, Burke back-to-back, Mole back-to-back. I have the Athletics up. I didn't realize they were off. I had written it up, and I was like, what am I going to erase it? Whatever. I put that they were off. So the Cincinnati bullpen, which is already kind of ass, once they're taxed, Santillan has been like the closer. I don't even know. I've gotten yoked chasing fucking Cincy saves in fantasy. I want to say all year, but in reality, it's been for like 3 or fucking 4 years. You know, it is what it is. Saves matter. So we should have a pretty big disparity in pitching here, right? Burns is awesome. And I believe even at home, hold on, give me a second. I wanted to check the Avila workload stuff. So we saw him, on regular rest, he's been bulk relieving. 2, 3, and 3 innings. Last time, though he was a little inefficient, he saw 17 batters in those 3 innings, gave up 7 hits. I wanted to see the pitch count. 33, 51, 67, last 3 respectively in order. So they have been building him up. What are you going to get from a skills perspective? I don't know. He's been very wild. Like I mentioned, really bad combination of low first strike, poor ball rate, no chase, high zone contact. You're going to be feeding the Reds a little bit of batting practice today. The offense hasn't been great, but I think I trust him at home against the Reds. It's going to be really expensive. Again, Burns is a fucking goat. I mean, he does everything. I guess if you wanted to ding him a little bit, it'd be the command and control. But 37 ball, 8 walk will fucking serve when you can go 15 swinging strike, 29 CSW. Now, his 95 left on base is obviously unsustainable. But who are the type of pitchers that can do that? A guy like freaking Burns. Let's pop the hood really quick just because we, have a little bit of time today. And I like to see the kind of sex machine stuff sometimes. I mean, just insane fucking stuff. So he overloads you with the four-seamer, but it's one of the best pitches in the game. 98, big time spin, good extension, gets lots of whiffs. So it's not just velo, right? He's got insane shape on it. IVB near 19. And that'll get you those whiffs even without the big time arm side run, which is generally what I'm looking for when looking for whiffs on the four-seamer. But you could survive because he's also pairing it with some of the most ridiculous fucking secondaries. I mean, if you watch this guy operate, he's so good. It almost comes across as a little bit of a closer profile because of the big slider. Insane fucking pitch. 266 excellent 53 whiff. I mean, how is that possible? But then he can go in the back pocket and he throws a 90-mile-an-hour changeup, so he still gets 8-mile-an-hour disparity. I like a little bit more, but I guess if you can throw it 90, it's fucking fine. That pitch is a 35 whiff also, but Burns is the goods, right? Burns is the goods. And right now, man, this Kansas City offense is brutal. I mean, listen, we love us some Bobby Witt, but they just lost Michael Garcia also. And, as they miss pieces, this offense was never really deep. Interesting, if you are a fantasy honk, Carter Jensen gets a really big bump. He's actually going to be a real discount in prop markets. This is a good place to look for value. Also something we cover on the Playing Time Report, the Sunday pod. You got who's playing when and where. Absolutely matters. A lot too many fantasy players and even prop bettors are searching plate appearances last 7. That's not good enough because a lot of teams in this new era of platooning are doing just that. And if the schedule is different with the handedness, so will the subsequent plate appearances. And then since plate appearances are the ultimate commodity, right? Opportunities in this thing of ours, being on top of the players that then get moved up, that's extra PAs. And if you're not on somebody like Carter Jensen, I didn't even notice that. He's got to be looked at. Maybe today's not the best day because of fucking Chase Burns. But tomorrow, Carter Jensen, hit run Ribby might be plus money for a leadoff hitter who's really good. Is a fucking good spot. Just saying. Royals offense been terrible. I mean, just horrendous. The offense is horrendous. They have an 8 ERA last 39 in the third. So it's how do the Reds not cover this? I don't know. They absolutely should cover this. I got a minus 112 on the cover, which is fine by me. I guess you could pair it. Also, Reds Nats feels a little sinful. But, we hit our donkey pair yesterday, and when you cash in plus 160 pairs, you're fucking feeling decent about the strat. So let's see, just to put a real number on the bitch. That's plus 145. I gotta be honest. The more maybe it's just me. I'm carrying the Sandy Alcantara bias. I see Sandy Alcantara. I'm like, I don't know. Do I really want to pay minus 150 for the Nats fucking bullpen? It's fair. It's fair. So like the love for the over before I'm starting. It started like that. Yeah, you get the heartburn. You feel it in the pit a little bit. It starts to fucking creep up, and then it starts to hurt. You can't help but you can't ignore it any longer. So whatever. Give me C. Montgomery Burns to fucking do the damn thing, obviously. Next up, David Sandlin should be going for the White Sox. I was waiting for confirmation. I couldn't get it. MGM did lock him in, so I guess let's go forward with David Sandlin. He's on the bump. It's a 139 dog down against Joey Ryan, 2 first names, and the Twinks. They're really heavy favorites on the road, which makes a lot of sense. Joey Ryan's fucking awesome. Let's do him first. I mean, he is so fucking good. Man, 294 ERA with a sub-1 whip. All the indicators are just insane, right? It's hard to describe. There are so few pitchers that can rock a sub-3 expected ERA, and get my indicator below 3 also. It's really strict because I combine the best elements of expected ERA and Sierra, the Claude bot, which, you know what? Let me just do this really quick. Shout out Kyle Posey, follower and sub, grazie mille, my friend, was asking, and it's funny, we have the best fucking community here. Everybody always leads with, I'm sorry to take your time. You're a fucking paid sub, yo. You're my fucking priority. You're not a bother. You're a priority. So he asked about, it's funny, it's like, he goes, like, what is Claude? And I know I do this all the time, right? Because we deal in so much data and so much information. We're a fucking whirlwind. Plus, we're doing football. Sometimes, like Ferris Bueller, right? You got to stop to smell the fucking roses sometimes. I have to stop and like re-rack and remind people. There is a pitching tutorial, podcast, and video to walk you through this stuff. But really briefly, Claude. So I've been working on my own indicator. That's the MLB MA for a while. We did a piece on it at The Athletic. That whip was the highest in-season correlative factor for ERA. Now, obviously, you're not going to get that from the filter queen or the chief jiggling officer who just fucking wet herself in front of the entire fucking gambling community yesterday. It's my fucking mind. But I challenged the Claude bot to try and match with our data set, to try and match the same intra-season correlation, but I demanded it use a different methodology. So this is my answer to Kyle was mine, and I'm fucking so transparent. I use elements of expected ERA and Sierra, right? I use them to anchor mine to reality, but I feel I've improved them. But I challenged him to not use the indicators and build a skill-based, data-backed earn run indicator. That's the Claude bot now. Barry Horowitz patting the fucking back. It could not defeat mine, but it almost felt like cheating. And not to call it my guy AC, but it's almost like the Arrow Cohen stuff with projections. His are going to win because he's using the community. Derek's are the best standalone because they stand on their own, and ATC uses the bat. So it's a very similar thing, right? I hope I didn't come off as nailing Ariel. I'm kind of doing the same thing. So again, I wouldn't even use expected ERA or Sierra if you're just using mine and the Claude bot, which you get when you sign up on every pitcher every fucking day. You're going to be ahead of the fucking field. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, nuance and context, more not to know. It's just kind of a little explainer. Sorry to take everybody on the Mr. Toad's fucking wild ride, but sometimes I gotta stop it. People are like, what is that? What the fuck is that? They go, oh shit. Let me try to explain to you what this is, right? That's kind of what we're doing here. So, back to matter hand. Now, again, you have to ignore Sandlin, who's rocking a negative Claude, right? He hasn't walked anybody, right? And shit like that. But it was really Ryan, because he's got the innings, right? So he's at 64 and a third, where these things are starting to solidify, and you really start to believe in the skill set. Elite command and control. He's ahead of everybody, plus gets chases and wins in the zone. And despite working up in the zone all the time, if you ever watch Joey Ryan pitch, he's a fucking thrill a minute. And something you also have to worry about is as the weather gets warmer, Ryan's homer to fly ball starting to spike. because of the way that he works. Now, granted, we got to do a lesson number 2 for any newbies. Again, remember, good four-seamers are deployed up in the zone. They have good shape. They give the appearance of rising. They don't actually rise. We want that pitch up and out of the zone, right? Up and up. That's what you say. Up and at them. Not up. That's what I said. No, not up and at them. Up and at them. Up and at. Anyway, you don't want to miss up and down, right? When you miss up and down, that's chin, chest, sixth row. You want to miss, up and up, brim and up, because those are either swings and misses. Those are pop-ups, right? Getting underneath the ball, or they're fucking takes. Now, a take is not a good outcome, but it's also not a fucking home run from a missed four-seamer. So Joey Ryan is a really interesting combination of how to operate properly, having the right skill set to fucking try and avoid the fucking raindrops in the thunderstorm. But he does it because he's got the fucking goodies. So you can obviously tell I'm always creaming myself over fucking Joey Ryan. I just love that shit. I love guys that attack the zone, that are not afraid to go up, to throw you the fucking cheese. They'll even tell you it's coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm my best versus your best. I always love that stuff. He's also ridiculous at the crib. I mean, Ryan is having a fantastic season. Now, let's do Sandlin really quick. Again, a little bit of fucking run around today. But we get to show off a bit of the deeper contextual analysis when we don't have a million games. I just don't have the time to do this. Please, somebody out there, get me a fucking 4-hour drive time show. We'll put on a clinic every fucking day. 4 hours, the gold standard of fucking baseball analysis, betting, fantasy, DFS, and real baseball, right? Every day, one man fucking show. No. There's going to be 50 fucking idiots in makeup chairs wasting your fucking money and your time talking about shit that doesn't matter. Honestly, it's like you just smash your fucking head into a fucking fire hydrant until until you finally get some fucking peace and quiet, man. Anyway, so Sandlin, big boy, which we love. I wanted to see if I was buying it. Now, I got smoked. I think I lost a bet challenging Sandlin in the debut, so I don't want to carry any negative biases, but I don't know if I necessarily believe in the command to this extent. Now, I love ball rate, and he was elite. However, this is a guy who's had a lot of trouble with command and control in the minors. It's been a major, major issue. Now, I guess it's the smaller set, meaning his track record was high single digits. Then it spikes, but my worry was that it spiked in the higher levels and the quality of hitter stops reaching. So to me, that's the sticking point about whether or not you think the Twins are going to just boat race and dog walk the White Sox today, or if you're actually buying what it is that Sandlin is selling. Now listen, let's pop the hood on Sandlin really quick. He's got big time velo. We love that. He does throw the four-seamer a bit too much, but he's got good stuff. It's not great, but it's definitely good. That four-seamer has good vertical movement paired with good horizontal run. It's a good combination of everything, and he got good whiffs because of the extension. Again, he's a big boy. He is getting whiffs on the curveball. Here's my hang-up is, he was going to the cutter, and I think that's the pitch I'm not really buying. The location wasn't great. It got hit really hard, and maybe he was a little bit lucky. So I don't want to make too solid of a determination either way on Sandlin. This could go either way. Pedigree, he's round 11 pick, 25 years old, 325th pick overall is not anything that, teams feel wed to. White Sox offense, probably the better offense in this one. I know everyone's in love with them right now. They're in a little bit of a low. It's easy to chase the team that's kind of sexy and fun. Last 7, it's improved a little bit. It's the Twins that have really been taking the nosedive, one of the worst offenses over the last week. Twins have kind of shown us that soft underbelly, and the bullpen is kind of crappy. So this one's really tough because Ryan is so expensive that, frankly, in the model is in agreement. I would like to have a little bit more confidence in the Twins to win. I guess it's a borderline DDP play. This is a guaranteed chalk donkey fucking loser. Just an absolute, just the biggest guarantee, right? That if we go, if you're betting Tampa that money, I think you're crazy. But Washington, Cincy, and the Twins is downright that is just the filthiest That is the filthiest of all the filthy DDPs. I mean, we just hit one, so maybe we're due to lose one, but I guess that's the pick. I don't even know. Minnesota to win. Maybe the play's the you know what? Maybe the play's the under. Maybe the play's the under. Can we get any 8.5s? I'm doing a lot of runaround today, but the short slates, man. We're having some fucking fun. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do that, and I wonder if anybody in the chat is nodding along and like, proud of you, boy, because this is the mistake. I mean, being successful in betting or trading is very much about self-auditing and identifying your own weaknesses and stuff. And that's been one of my own, and it's even starting to show in the testing. Again, shout out to the Claude bot. Again, these AI programs, Claude for like doing math is unmatched. I should be paying this thing a human salary. I feel bad I'm replacing a person, but this is the world. I don't break the rules. I just play within them. And I used to, right, you end up on the fence with a pitcher that you like, with an offense that you don't, in kind of a close and hairy situation with the very outcome that I had. Right, the conclusion of, I think we win, but it's too expensive. That ain't it, Chief. That ain't it, Chief. How many times have we gotten let down career-wise this season? Every year. I'm trying to negate that, limit that, mitigate that, where we'll take this play, and the Twins are losing, 1-0 at the 5. And you lost. You paid big juice, so they lose a low-scoring game. So I think as much as I want to avoid the Twins bullpen, and they're not an under pen, they're not. Ryan is a distance guy, and these offenses are not great. So maybe Sandlin gets us through, and we just punish bad offenses. So again, if I had to take a bet, it's 8, and if I'm pairing, I'm probably paying up for the 8.5. All right, now maybe we could go a little faster. Next up, my boy Landon Roop is a 135 dog to Shane Drohan, who I also like, but I'm not buying this. Milwaukee should not be a minus 163 favorite in this. This is a massive amount of disrespect. One for my guy Roop, and Roop, and my guy, the Giants overall. Man, me and Rafael Devers are accepting written fucking apologies, you mother effers. Dude, this is the mistake that fantasy players and bettors and baseball people make just way too often. Whatever, through May, there have been countless players that are great that suck for the first 2 months in the cold weather. You know what I mean? And then like, oh my God, I can't believe it. We can never believe it. Rafi Devers is an awesome hitter. He's an awesome hitter. Awesome. So San Fran is starting to hit a little bit too. I have, I've got Roop as the clean win here. I would probably keep it to F5. Milwaukee bullpen has been a tough customer. They're really fucking tough, man. They bastard. These Brewers, I'll tell you right now, this is the type of pen that wins the fucking World Series. Legit. It is. When, like Aaron Ashby, right? That is a guy, and DL Hall, guys that can just come in, these filthy lefties, and give you an inning at a time and 2 innings at a time, just every day. However, Drohan, as good as he is, he's not really the part of the cap we're looking at. Now, we could scratch one across against anybody. Drohan is a very good pitcher. I don't think the distance is there. And I heard the name Woodruff come up. That's kind of the cap that we want. We're hoping that, well, either we get to Drohan, obviously, right? That would be best. But he went his last 3. He went 1 1/3, 3, and 2. But I wouldn't even be deceived by that. He only faced 8, 11, and 7 total batters, respectively. He's coming off a game where he faced 7 batters and threw 27 pitches. That was 4 or 5 days ago. How far is this guy going? I don't think it's going to be very far. So we want to beat them in those kind of middle spots. Though I wonder if we're getting a deal on there is no deal on the run line. Though the run line is a little more attractive in this one because I feel maybe less confident we're going to get to Drohan. Despite, like I said, San Fran is hitting right now. Just massive disrespect, right? Massive disrespect. And doing it the way we love it. Super aggressive, winning in zone, pulled fly balls, plus barrels, lots of extra base hits. Are they running? If they're running, I'm whipping the dick out right now. Stick out with the dick out, rock out with the cock out. hang out with the fucking wang out. No, Giants not stealing bases, so they don't get the hammer when they don't get to whip out the fucking the hog. I can't get the word hog. Sorry. Yeah. I know. What do you fucking want from me, man? You get what you fucking pay for. So, Giants hitting Brewers? Not. At the very least, this one should be listed much closer. I guess, if you're pitching to me bullpen, I'll probably concede. But I like the Giants run line. It's at like minus 115. And if we can really get a plus 130, I'm not sure if we can. I got to check the F5 pricing. Sometimes they're a little fucking shady. It's plus 130. I'd rather take my chances on the F5 and the bonus with the payout, and the push is what I mean. Because it's a 45-cent tax just feels a little bit heavy. So I like the Giants. Give me F5. I'm going to keep riding with my dude, Roop. Roop-a-loop. You can come, man. Bring your fucking green hat. Next up, Jake the Sneak DeGrom. This is fucked up, man. The Jake DeGrom hate has gone entirely too far. I don't even know if I want to justify this, acknowledge this with a fucking response. Trent C, y'all, appreciate you, man. Let's go. Thank you for signing up. Take a fucking bow for me. Yo, man, people like you help me keep, this shit going. Mark is up in the bitch. What's going on, brother? Plus, Sam, good to see you. Yeah, Ryan was a good call in basketball. Yo, we are killing DraftKings. I mean, it is crazy, and I think even my underdog stuff is starting to pop. We are killing DraftKings. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. I just got it. You cross your fingers. You hope to keep a couple of those key pieces healthy. We have all the Mizurowski. We had a fucking ton of Joey Ryan. Like, we had a lot of these guys. And all the Chris Sale. Our pitching plan was like the nut hand. And if you were drafting those, none of those guys were top 5-round picks. So we have 5 hitters in front of the best pitching staff in the league in like all the fucking tournaments. It's, you know what? I don't want to say I deserve it, but we work really fucking hard as anybody. Put our nose to the grindstone, and maybe one fucking time, right? The big man will get the fucking payoff. I win one of these big fucking jackpots. I'm taking the fucking paywall off. You know what I mean? That's how I fucking roll. Caleb says, though, yo, man, running theme here. Do not fade TV Jones and the massive fucking thighs, yo. Crack a fucking walnut, deadlift a fucking Buick. All right, so I was looking into DeGrom. And a lot of it feels like we're going to come back. I think DeGrom is fine. The ERA has now exploded to 3.77. Look at the underpinning stuff: command, control, chases, everything. Winning in zone, every single thing. He's been really unlucky with the home runs. We get it. He's missed with the four-seamers. That's a real thing, and I get it. I just don't think he's trash. I think DeGrom is going to be fine. McGreevy, 298. ERA 109 whip. Look at the fucking indicators and shit on this guy. Expected ERA is near fucking 6, man. 12 KBB, 25 CSW, 39 ball. I mean, are the Cardinals even the better offense here? This to me is a crazy fucking line. Honestly, the hate has gone entirely too far. Let me at least put it this way. If you're not buying the bullshit that I'm fucking selling, and you think that, let's say, DeGrom is broken because he's gotten prolapsed the last 2 games in a row, then that's fine. Bet it's the over. This is not a McGreevy. I mean, the McGreevy price, I'm sorry, is fucking bananas. Anything 7.5 minus 105 or the little bit of fucking Husio to get to the 7. Now we're talking my language. That I'll get you on all. You got me all day. I got you. But I'm betting fucking Texas to win this one. I will not stand the fucking disrespect. You know what? We could do it really, really quick. Let me just see if I can put a little bit of actual nuanced, legit fucking granular analysis here again. Not going to get this with the filter queen. You're not going to get this with the chief jiggling officer or the fucking bullet bucket numbnuts. This is not, right? That ain't this. Man, it's really all been, so he's been a little bit, I mean, for me, like, a lot of this is, it seems like batted ball, poor luck. So, for example, DeGrom's curveball that he likes to go to as a put-away pitch, which has always performed fucking great, has a 435 X slug, a little bit higher than norm, but not terrible. Performance on the pitch, 770 slug. Same pitch. 183 expected batting average, 308 output. So, like, again, the pitch that's been at the root of the problem for DeGrom, just doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me. You know, and again, McGreevy, I think, is a negative regression candidate. The program is all over this, so we're going to go in, 25 million words or more. Give me Jake the fucking Snake. I can't believe this fucking price. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, yo. Missing me with that price, yo. Next up, Kyle Freeland on the bump. I refuse to waste my time with this. Kyle Freeland pitching for the Rockies on the road against Jose Soriano and the Angels. Oh my gosh. If you can find one weak spot in the Soriano stuff, I mean, the control has not been good. He's a ground ball machine, but he also pitches to contact a little bit. And ball and playing cores, we know, is a thing. I'm sorry, they're not in cores, they're in LA. That's a good spot to hit also. And he's been good at home, and man, Freeland is so bad. I was going to try and push for a Rockies play, and maybe there is like a case for it, just based on principle. That's something you this is fucking crazy, man. This is something you hear Kyle say. So right now, Colorado getting the run, so a half run F5 is plus 120. Like, is Soriano and the Angels, are they that kind of squad? I don't know, man. I don't know. Rocky's offense has been putrid. But the Angels have just not hit lefties at all. But Freeland is the worst. Oh, my gosh. He's the fucking worst. Oh, just the worst, man.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
Oh, he's terrible. Doesn't work for me, brother. He is the stone cold worst. I mean, I don't trust either bullpen. Rockies last 56 and a third, have a nearly 8 ERA. Angels, despite the decent ERA, last 45 and 2/3, have a 5+ Sierra and a nearly 1.6 whip. I don't know. The 8.5 feels low. I'm like making faces at the fucking program. I think it's weighing the bottom of that ninth a little bit too heavy for me. Trying to shit on the offenses. Look at this. You know what? As I refreshed it, MGM just moved to fucking 8. The play is over, Yeah, for me, it's over or nada. Again, it's a good hitting environment. Both these offenses, though they're not good, are kind of predicated on homers. Maybe we just put a couple in the fucking seats. And then there's always a chance. We've seen LA annihilate certain lefties. There's, of course, always a chance the Rockies just get fucking, pink socked in front of everybody. So I'm a little surprised that the total would be moving down in a Kyle Freeland game. I guess if we don't trust the Rockies, we could just look at the team totals. Man, this is fucking tempting also. Angels are 4.5 minus 120. The Rocks are 3.5 plus 110. Yeah, you got to go over. To me, this is like very clearly, we're kind of fading the market movement on this one. To be honest, how about this? This might be a pendulum move. I wouldn't be surprised if this one closes back at 8.5 that the markets are kind of testing the 8. And I think if there were people like me that maybe seeing that as, I'm not fucking buying. I'm not necessarily buying that shit, yo. Next up, Emmett Sheehan on the bump for the Trolley Dodgers. They're heavy favorites on the road with good reason against Erod, Eduardo Rodriguez, and the Diamondbacks. Listen, man, I'm not going to try and take fucking credit for being like the Dodgers are good, but part of the work that we do, right, using moving averages as a leading indicator of trend change, fuck that, yo. It works, man. We called that shit. 1 gold star, big fat fucking nose. Tell me not. This is what we do. Get the fuck out of the way of the Dodgers. I've been saying that for a week. When you see the really good teams, like the Yankees, like the Dodgers, there are times to hit them, but you gotta wait for those indicators. Those are one of the times that we do like the smaller sample, because we're just looking for the small, the fucking valley, right? Peaks and valleys, ebbs and flows. Think of things in terms of sine waves. This shit should resonate for you in terms of real life. Also, again, this fucking shit is entirely too cheap. I should be charging a lot more for the t-shirt that we're doing. Anyway, Emmett Sheehan, order of magnitude better than Erod. I know he's got the big ERA, but he's got all the negative regression stuff. He should get F'd in the A today. If you're going to be wild and not inducing swings and misses and try and feed the Dodgers batting practice, I think he's F'd. I want to see this stuff at home. He's been unhittable at home and actually pretty good last 30 as well, but I think you got to like the Dodgers. You got to throw. You know what? If the theme for today, sorry, there were no stats on the board. Since the theme of today is parlaying bad chalk, put him in the fucking fire. I think the Dodgers get it done. I'm a big Sheehan guy. I think the ERA is a bit misleading. He had the really bad start. They kind of corrected it. He refound the velo, and he's put together a fucking couple of gems, if I'm not mistaken. I think if we're talking trajectory, it's Sheehan arrow up and Erod arrow down. I mean, he's given up 2 in each of the last 3. He only made it through 4 at San Diego, but I mean, if that's the clunker, it could be worse. He's had at least 6 strikeouts and shit, like 5 of 6, at least 8 in 3 of those, at least 7 in 4 of those. I mean, the walks have been under control. So for me, if Sheen's not offering free passes, only 1 multi-walk game since like the beginning of April, Sheen should have the big time upper hand. Arizona has hit a little bit. Then they kind of went back in the tank. So this is like the opposite. Arizona is the reverse of that. Ketel Marte, GOAT status. Corbin Carroll's been a little bit uninspiring lately, and the rest of the offense has kind of been ass. Arenado, who's hitting, is on the fucking shelf, right? And they've been fucking pretty bad lately. It's funny when you look at it. Like I said, Marte, Carroll, stud, no doubt. We like Perdomo. Oh, Arenado did return. I don't know if I like him until I see it happen again. Type of guy that may be pushing. The back end is fucking shitty. The Waldschmidt stuff hasn't hit yet. We knew the Vargas thing was probably fugazi. Then they're going to Troy. The Fernandez thing hasn't really hit. And the back of the half, not even the back third. It's like the back end. Like the second half of that lineup is not fucking great. Bullpen's been really good for Arizona also. Maybe there's an argument for the under here. That's actually the case that the model is making. That it's like, even if the Dodgers get the Erod for like 5 or even 6, this one's probably like 5-2, 6-2. So I think it's like Dodgers cover, right? Dodger money line, Donkey Parlay, Dodgers run line cover, or the under, which is actually an interesting combo. I don't think they let you combine those. They do, which if there's any kind of risky people out there. But again, you can always turn down the risk. The risk is defined by the executor. Dodgers run line cover and to the under 9, by the way, was plus 310. So, like, I actually love that, right? That's all your 4-1s, 5-2s, 6-1, 6-2s. Like, right there's room for Dodger team totals, Dodger covers, all that shit. That number is a little bit high. And if I had to pick one, I'd probably take the under. But I think they're all pretty juicy, man. The model is giving me the nudge for the cover whenever we're right at a maybe I'm going to put them both. And I was almost hoping the run line would be on the negative side, right? Juiced, so I'd say no. But man, positive money Dodger run lines on the road with the 9 frames, the way that they're hitting right now is pretty fucking tempting. So let me just scratch down the FGU 9 also. And that's it. We're almost out of here. We got one left, people, right on time. Austin Warren going for the Mets. He's going to open for, I think, Sean Manaea. They're on the road against Emerson John Hancock, founding father, up in the PN dub for the Mariners. I got Mariners pretty easily. I mean, Warren's been okay, but you're not going to get enough out of him. I guess the question is whether or not we like Hancock. He's been very good. And, it's funny. Guys like this will go out and give you that, whatever that, like, mind-blowing Cy Young performance was. He went 7, gave up 1, walked none, struck out 14 Royals. And all of a sudden people are like, well, you're not going to get that every time. All right, he got his dick lit at the White Sox after that. But then since that, 6-1, struck out 6, 5-2, struck out 4, 6-0, struck out 3. I mean, this is a good pitcher. Hancock has got some goodies. Since we do have a couple minutes, let's pop the fucking hood on the Savant page. When I was talking about maybe recording another like a Q&A tutorial video. I was thinking about maybe doing how we do these lightning round pitching analysis, like where to look, what to look for. Hancock's actually been kind of lucky on contact. You know, that four-seamer he throws so much, he's been pretty fortunate on it. It's not a bad pitch. Listen, when you can get a 27 whiff on the four-seamer, I hate to call it lucky, but it has like a bit too much drop, right? It sinks too far. He's got great horizontal run. It's almost like a sinker, his four-seamer. The secondary stuff, the sinker that he throws, I don't really love. But the sweeper and cutter and changeup have been the reason for the season. Those pitchers are fucking very good. The sweeper in particular. So I guess it's what we think of the Mets offense, which is, I don't know, they're hitting for power, but they're striking out too much. Bit of a sellout thing, but it's not the best kind of sellout because they are chasing, being passive. Though Hancock should be up there throwing strikes. I don't know, I'm a little bit torn. You know what my answer is? I wonder if anyone could figure out what my answer is going to be. Bad chalk. Toss her in the fucking pile, man. You know what I mean? Bad fucking chalk. I don't trust a cover, right? I don't think I like Mariners for a cover here. It's plus 155 for a reason. The minus 145 is like a little bit heavy, like a little bit. And that's how you know those are properly priced. When you see a minus 145 and you want to throw it in the chalk donkey pile, you know it's a good price. That's like the best way because it's right on the edge of what you want to pay for a money line. You know the second the game starts, you're not going to feel good about it. You also know the second if you go down a run, you're going to be kicking your own fucking arse. So we're going to have one hell of a donkey parlay brewing today. Looks like Washington, Cincy, Dodgers, and Seattle. Oh my god! And it's four legs. Oh, we are just destined to burn on this one. Hold on, let me get your price. Washington 145 is fucking crazy. What's wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Oh, Minnesota. Did I forget? I forgot Minnesota also. So that's 5. We got 5 donkey legs at plus 983. You know, I think I have a fucking credit at MGM. Do you want to have a fucking credit? You're going to fucking lock me out, you scumbags? You can't believe the amount of aggravation I go through trying to fucking bet is crazy. And I'm a testament to how they fuck with you, even if you're not necessarily winning. Like, yeah, we had our first losing year ever last year, and this year we're doing okay. I think we crossed the black. We're red flat. Whatever. Let's go to flat. We're flat betting. Oh my god, forget it. My location and customer service shit, my things go down. I get limited on certain types of bets. I'm only allowed to bet this, but not that. It's like a fucking joke. It really is. Did I get in? I did get in. Okay, I got some fucking sign up credits. I think. Did that come out of my balance? All right, whatever. Who gives a fuck? I've been liking betting these show picks in real time because sometimes I fucking forget. Oh, look, a fucking location error, you piece of shit. What a fucking piece of shit. Yep. I'm not going to fucking do it. I'm not going to freak out. Let's get out of here. Appreciate you all for jumping in the show. You know, we're more concurrent viewers, I think, than ever before. Hit my first monetization fucking goal on YouTube. I'm expecting my 12-cent check in the fucking mail. You fucking overlords. That don't work for me, brother, says Jeff L. Damn right. All right, let's get out of here. Yo, Jason, appreciate you. J-Main, good to see you. Sturgeon. Wait, is he here? Is he here? I see Fanny Pack Jones in the house. Is TV here? The one and only? Yo, make sure, by the way, you want to be following all the Source Network crew. We know where the symbiosis is fucking complete. I'm usually very careful about the people I promote, but when I do promote them, I promote them aggressively. For data, make sure it's been a few days. Get with Johnny Anderson. JONPGH on Twitter does fucking awesome work. My stuff might not happen without him. And then on the show side, if you do want more content, or if you're up late, if you're up at midnight and you have betting brain at fucking midnight, you can't top what Kyle and Toast and then Sauce Spoon, TV Jones. Oh, Kyle is sauce, though. I guess he's doing enough good work for two people. UMC Vet. Appreciate you, Broham. Really do, man. You know what I mean? Oh, Sturgeon is TV? Finkel is fucking Einhorn. Einhorn is fucking Finkel. Y'all appreciate you, dude. Just remember, this ain't fucking madness.
This is Sparta!
Appreciate you all. Automatic Monday. Keep an eye out for the picks. I'll probably do some football content today because we have, a gap with no games. Hit me up if you have any questions. Remember, the fantasy stuff is up and loaded, and the football stuff is fucking hot and heavy, man. Those differentials, I think they really, I know they matter. Those are the fucking numbers that test well for NFL betting, which is very hard. But those are the numbers that matter. Very few people are providing them, and the people that are don't have them for as fucking cheap as we do. So, you know what I mean? Having a leg up in the information war, saving that time, having your work area all set. Again, just for me, it's about muscle memory. It's when you know the work is a certain way and formatted a certain way. Remember, I didn't make this to sell. I made this for me. I win for me. You know what I'm saying? Who gets that fucking reference? You can sit and you you're right in sixth fucking gear. Tell me not, how many of these people does this apply to? You sit down at the computer, and you have to fucking scrape data, and your pop-ups on fucking Fairgraphs, and then you're over to Savant, and they don't have the things that you want. It's not time sorted the way you want. Now you have 40 fucking tabs open, and now shit, the thing you were looking at is not open anymore, and you're listening to a show, and they brought up a good point, but now that thing is fucking closed. You have to fucking calculate things and recalibrate. I'm doing that for you. If you are even 1/3 serious about this shit at all. I've told people, if you bet on the fucking weekend, 1 day a week, I think it's worth it. The time fucking saved and having, again, the algo, remember, as much as I love it and I trust in it, I built the fucking thing. It doesn't predict the future. Think of it as a really nerdy fucking friend that makes really detailed, data-backed, mean projection, arguments. So at the very least, before you jump, if it's disagreeing, right? That's one thing. I'm not saying we know what's right. It could obviously be wrong. We know that there is at least a data point against you. Go check it and see. And you may say, no, I don't care. You weigh that differently, and that's fine. That part, I'm not saying I know the most. No. But I am saying that having this stuff this way, again, is a reason why, right, we're kind of separating. I really believe that we're kind of separating from the pack. People see this shit and are like, where the fuck have you been my whole life? Right here, player. So thanks for picking up what we're putting down here at Corked Stats. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the day. And when you're done with the book, enjoy the pay. Coming off the sweep, let's fucking stay hot, people, right? Feeling good, having fun, controlling the work ethic. We don't swing the bat. We don't throw the ball, but we do control our attitude. We do control our risk management. We do control how we present ourselves in the work we do. The people we fucking promote and surround ourselves with. That's the shit that matters. That's the shit I want you to focus on, yo. Remember, when you work this fucking hard, the winning feels a lot less like luck, yo. Peace.